Hey folks, this is a continuation of the video that I was doing a little while ago. My Chakra Mosaic. So I finished taping up the border, and as you can see, I put my release paper down. I didn't know that I was not recording, and I was talking about the release papers and how I do, how I cover my canvas with release paper, and other ways, other methods that I've done. But anyways, yeah. So as you can see, I've got a little section that I've started on this section. Now it's all the same color, the letter B. Yeah, you can see it's the letter B, which is our friend 310. And all I did was I just grabbed one of the extra large ones and started working on it. I wanted to explain a little bit about how things have been going for me. I had started talking about that I've got some good news, so just give me a second so I can set up my phone here, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I've got my phone mount set up, my camera. So yes, I had started talking about how I've got some good news, and then I started describing the place that where I live, and the reason is because I've got the smokehouse that used to be a steakhouse that's just a few feet from me. They're going to be opening up in like 2 to 3 weeks, and I went over one day and talked with the new owner of the building, and asked him about getting about a job as a dishwasher. He said that yes, he definitely needs a dishwasher, and I told him that yeah, I'm not a morning person. Because I spend so much time home alone. I can do evenings. I can work 6 to 7 evenings a week. And he's like, well, we're gonna be doing a breakfast. We're gonna be trying our hands at doing breakfasts, and I'm like, okay, well, and he talked about the scheduling, and I'm like, yeah, I can sleep around that. And that made him, oh yeah, he laughed. He's like, at least you're honest. I'm like, well, at my age, you kind of, well, what's the point, right? What's the point in lying, right? Last night I was actually watching a replay of a live stream of a YouTuber that I really like watching. I found his YouTube channel a few months ago through some other YouTube channels, but mainly like my number one ultimate favorite YouTube channel has been going through some legal issues. I believe I briefly talked about it in a previous video. Don't ask me which one. You'd have to go back and look. But yeah, my number one favorite YouTube channel. They've been dealing with some bad neighbors, and they've been getting a lot of. They've been going to court, dealing with these bad neighbors. Yeah, it's really a lot of bad stuff. They're accusing him of all kinds of things. But anyways, because of how crazy their legal case is, and everything that's been going on, they were discovered by some other YouTubers that are affiliated with LawTube, which is just basically it's a bunch of like lawyers, attorneys, people affiliated, friends of these lawyers and attorneys, that they talk about legal cases, court cases and whatnot. People reached out and contacted these law tubers about what's going on with this YouTube channel, and so they started looking into it, and that's how I found out about these other YouTube channels. And I've continued to watch them because, well, I really like them. They're very entertaining, enjoyable to watch, hilarious at times. They talk very serious at times. But yeah, I was watching one in particular last night. Well, kind of watching, kind of listening, and one of the people in chat mentioned a medical condition, a medical condition that causes them issues with their sleep pattern and whatnot. And I'm like, well, that sounds close to what I have an issue with. It sounds close to the problem that I have with sleeping at night. So I googled it and went to the Wikipedia page about it, and I was reading about it and reading, and it mentioned a similar medical condition, and so I'm like, well, that one, let's take a look at that one. So I looked that one up, and it's like, OMG, this one sounds like me. So, I'm going to call my doctor's office tomorrow and see about talking with him about this and see if he can help confirm or deny this medical condition. If I have this medical condition, then yay, then I know why I have issues with my sleep. If not, well, then that just means gotta keep looking, trying to figure out why I've got issues with my sleep. But I'm quite sure I finally found out the problem as to why I have troubles with my sleep. With my circadian rhythm is way off. I'm up at night. I have a hard time getting to sleep at night. I have a hard time sleeping. I have a hard time getting to sleep. I have a hard time staying asleep. I have a hard time waking up at a proper time in the mornings or in the afternoons or what have you. I tend to, sometimes I'll only sleep 2 or 3 hours, other times 10 to 15 hours. I could go and I could sleep for 10 to 12 hours, wake up, be up for an hour or two, and then go right back to bed and sleep for 2 or 3 hours. It also doesn't help that my cat likes to come and get in my face when I'm trying to sleep, and he'll pester me and pester me and pester me until I get up and, oh, okay, you were hungry and thirsty. Okay, well, let's refill your food and your water, even though they were full when I went to bed last night. Now they're just empty. Yeah, there are times I'll get up, I'll do his food and water, go to the bathroom, go back to bed and sleep for a few more hours. There are times when I'll go to sleep, I'll sleep for a few hours, but most of that time I'm tossing and turning. I keep waking up. I'm just not I just don't go deep enough into sleep for me to have a decent, a proper sleep. And that'll happen for that could go on for 6 hours, 5-6 hours. and before I finally fall asleep and sleep for have a good deep sleep for like 4 or 5 hours. It just, and it's never the same. One night to the next, it's never the same. There are times when I go to bed when I'm not ready, and that's because of my darn cat. He figures, well, because I'm up, he can go outside. And he'll go to the door and he'll pester me to open the door to let him go out, so he can go out and wander around and patrol and whatnot. And well, it's cold and wet out lately, so I don't want to, like, I'm fine with him going out at night during the summer because it's warm enough out. I can leave the door open so that he can come and go as he pleases. But now with it, with the weather what it's like, with it being cold, I'm not gonna leave the door open for him to be able to come and go as he pleases. And I can't, it's hard for me to hear him outside if the door is closed, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. I can't afford to get a camera, because I could just get a little camera and like have a monitor, so that as soon as I see him on the monitor come up to the door, I can just get up and go and open up the door to let him in. Which would work. Yeah, if I had the money, I'd do it. I don't have the money, so I'm not going to do it. So instead, what I do is when he starts pestering me to open up the door, I go to bed. And I'll lay in bed until I fall asleep. But while I'm laying in bed, I don't just lay there. I have like YouTube videos on, and I'll be playing games. I'll have YouTube videos playing on one phone, and I'll be playing games on my other phone until but I only play for so long on my phones. Like I play certain games every day. And I might I play each of those for a certain length of time. I do a certain amount of stuff on the game, and then I go to the next game and I do a certain amount of stuff, and periodically, once in a while, I'll play something. Once I'm done playing all of those particular games, then I'll go on to something else. I'll play a different game, or if I'm in the mood, I'll stop playing the YouTube video, and I'll put on some music, and I'll read a book. Yeah, so I recently met my next door neighbor, this guy that's living in the campsite next to mine in his camper. He popped his head over a few days ago, and we chatted for a couple of minutes, and then a couple of days ago, my dad and his girlfriend, they were over, and we were working on the siding, insulating closing off the underside of my camper. And he popped his head over. He's like, "Yeah, I thought I'd just pop over and see how things are going and whatnot." And yeah, and he and I got to talking about movies and TV shows, and he's like, "Oh, well, I've got an external hard drive that I can lend you. It's got a bunch of movies and shows on it." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool. That's awesome." He's gonna try and get me set up with this one program on my phone that I can watch, I can download and watch any TV show and any movie I might. That's in existence, basically, pretty much, I guess. Yeah. But in the meantime, so oh goodness, I am excited about working on this one. I know there's lots of black, but I don't mind. I don't mind. I find it goes a lot quicker when you do the grid pattern like this. Yeah. So I get paid in a few days. Yay, I'm excited about that. I have a custom diamond painting coming. I've been making regular payments towards it, and this week I'm making my final payment. As soon as I do that, he said as soon as he gets the final payment, he's going to ship it to me. So by the end of this month, have my new canvas, my custom. Yay, I'm excited about that. I had also asked him about another custom. This new one that I'm going to start making payments on after this week. So starting next month, I'm going to start making payments. Anyways, the new custom is going to be one of a drawing, that my daughter did. My daughter is quite the artist. She does some pretty creepy pictures, and she had recently shared some of her drawings with me through Facebook Messenger. So I asked this guy if he could do a custom of one of her pictures, and he's like, "Yep, sure. What size?" I'm like, "Oh, let's go with the same size as this one." He's like, "Yep, I can do that." And so we're gonna hash things out for the price afterwards. I also still have to give him a mailing address. So yeah, when I pay him, give him the final payment, I'll message him and give him my mailing address, so then he can ship that one to me, and then he'll set up a bill for the next one. And it's awesome that he's willing to do it in that way for me, because it's the only way I can afford. I can afford a diamond painting that's like more than $20, basically. The one that he's going to be shipping this week is $95 US. So yeah, it's a fair bit more in Canadian funds. A few days ago I checked the conversion. I think that's the right word. The conversion between Canadian and US dollars, and for the final, I believe it's $25 is the final payment of $25 US dollars on that particular day at that particular time was $33 and change Canadian. Yeah. So yeah, it'll get paid. And he'll get the money, and I'll get my diamond painting. Yay! I can't wait. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to it. I'm also looking forward to getting a custom of my daughter's picture, her drawing. I'm excited about getting that. If things go good with this job as a dishwasher, fingers crossed, then I will be, every time I get paid from this job, I'm going to put half of it away to go towards the purchase of a truck. And the other half will help towards, I don't know, because I'll be working in a restaurant. I'll be eating at said restaurant, which means I'll be doing less cooking at home, which means less purchase of food, which means I'll actually have money for diamond paintings. So I'll actually be able to ship my completed diamond paintings to my friend in Colorado more often. And I can buy more diamond painting accessories. Things that I've been very patiently waiting to be able to afford to buy for myself. Like I'm in dire need of new trays, because I've got 2 of these big white ones, and then I've got the large purple one with the opening here that I went and I cut it off because it was annoying. I don't like having to open and close it all the time, so I just cut it off. I do use it, but only when I'm when I have like really, really light, like white or very, very pale light colored drills, then I'll use that tray. My other white tray like this, the grooves in here are really, really rough. I don't know why. Actually, I think I do know why. I think it's because using the metal tips, they and then hitting the grooves has caused damage to the grooves. So the grooves are really, really rough. So I stopped using that tray, and now I'm using this tray. So I want to get some new trays. I want to try different sizes, different designs, see what works and what doesn't work, and I'll just use the ones that work and gift out the ones that I don't like, that I won't use. I'll gift those. I'll find people to give those to as gifts. I want to get I really like this tip. This tip came with my ergonomic pen that I stopped using when I got this pen from Eileen, Diamond Crafts by Eileen, I think her channel is called. I won her draw. I won her draw, and I got this pen from her, and I love using it. But yes, recently I did a Temu haul, and I got this pen, and it's got a plastic angled tip, and it's smaller. It's a smaller end to the tip, and I make my own wax. I took this is a mixture of the pink wax, blue wax, and purple wax, and I mixed them together along with some blue sticky tack, and so this is what I've been using, and I'm using this until I can afford to buy my own, to buy some putty from, I want to get putty from Miawa, because Mushy from Dark and Creepy Diamond Painting, she just raves about Miawa's putty and how long that stuff lasts for her, and how she's able to use just a small amount, a tiny amount, and it lasts and lasts and lasts. This stuff, I kid you not, it lasts longer than just the wax by itself that comes with the kits, but it's still, I'm still changing I'm still changing quite often. I can get two sections of this size done, and then I have to change the putty wax, whatever. Yeah, so I know I'm coming I'm close to having to change it now as it is. So yeah, I'm probably gonna have to change the wax before I'm done this section. But I'm just looking at the time, and yeah, I'm gonna have to call it. I'm gonna have to say goodbye soon, because yeah, I'm just over 25 minutes, and my phone says I have just under 40 minutes of space, so like just under 40 minutes of recording space. So let me think, is there anything else? I'm gonna work on freeing up space on my phones so that I can continue making videos for you guys. I'm looking forward to that. Getting that so that because I do enjoy making videos for you guys and sharing. I want to be able to do that more often. It helps if I have more canvases to work on. Like as it is, I just today finished the reader. And yeah, it's just started my Chakra Mosaic, and I still have my fantasy bottles, which is a 40 by 50 or 50 by 40, whichever way you want to put it. And that's all I've got for canvases. So yeah, I've got this one and one more. That's it. This and fantasy bottles. I know I keep mentioning that my friend in Colorado keeps telling me that she's going to ship me some diamond paintings. As soon as she can afford it, she will. When I get my GST, at the beginning of October, I'm going to be shipping some completed diamond paintings to her. So I'm looking forward to doing that. And I think, depending on the price, I might even be able to afford to ship. I want to send a goodie box to Mushy, Dark and Creepy Diamond Painting. So I'm going to look into that. Hopefully I can afford it. If so, yay! If not, well, then we'll figure something out. Maybe with my first paycheck, I'll do that. So yeah, I'm gonna give her some friend mail. In the meantime, I'm gonna just keep working on this one. Yeah, and I did mention in the video that I did earlier, I am crocheting a curtain. I have it's a specific pattern. It's the pattern, I've done this pattern before. I actually made a ginormous, and I mean ginormous, curtain that I crocheted from this pattern a number of years ago now, and it was so big, it had to be big. It had to cover sliding patio doors, because my boyfriend at the time, he and we had moved into an apartment. It had sliding glass doors leading out to the patio, and there were no curtains, so we had no privacy. So for the first month living there, we used a tarp, a camouflage tarp, as a curtain while I made this curtain. And yeah, it was huge curtain. And it took a little while to get it mounted, hanging up, but we managed to get it hung up, and it was there for the 3 years that we lived in that apartment. And we kept it. We took it with us when we moved. We kept it. We threw it into a big laundry bag and took it with us, but it never left that laundry bag after that. And it served its purpose. But yeah, so I'm making one like that, but not as big. And it's a mesh pattern, so it's like little squares. Like, yeah, here, let me show ya. Now you're gonna look at it and you're gonna go, oh, but that won't do. No privacy, right? See? But see, because of how big it is, like the width of it, it's gonna be like bunched up. It's gonna have there will be privacy. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about when it comes to this stuff. The very first time I actually used that pattern, I actually I made it as a curtain for my daughter's bedroom door. Because she when she was younger, she would get mad at her stepfather, and she would slam her bedroom door, and well, one day she slammed it a little bit too hard and kind of broke the door frame, and so she lost her door. Well, she kind of needs a door for privacy for her bedroom, so I made her this curtain and hung it up over her door, and it gave her privacy. Yeah, you actually could not see through it very well, so she actually did have privacy with it. When we got her, and it was just short term, when we got her door fixed, we got the door put back up and took the curtain down, and it was just the right size that I could actually use it as a little blanket on the couch. So then it became a blanket on the couch, like an Afghan. Yeah, and it worked great. With all of those gaps, you'd think, oh no, it couldn't be warm, but oh, it was warm. Yeah, that thing would keep me warm, as long as there was no breeze. If there was a breeze, forget it. If there's no breeze, oh, it's very nice and warm and comfy. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting that done. It'll help with cutting down on heat loss. I'm doing one for the doorway leading from my kitchen to my bedroom. I'm also gonna put one over my door for entry into my place. But they're not gonna. These curtains are not gonna go all the way to the floor. There's gonna be a gap of like a foot at the bottom, so that my cat can still, so my cat can go underneath them, come and go, right? So I will lose a little bit of heat through that gap, but it won't be that bad. Thankfully, I don't have to pay for heat. My heat is, well, my furnace does use propane, but I will be using that only for like emergencies, I guess. Only if I really need to. But I use space heaters. Now, my electricity, my hydro, is included in the rent, so that's why I'll be using space heaters. I've got a little tiny one for in my bedroom, and I've got a slightly larger one for in here. Yeah. So, yeah, anyways, I'm gonna have to go now, and I'll finish this up, and yeah, actually, I'll have this done in time. By the end of the video, I should have this all done. Yep. So yeah, I think something that I want to start doing in my WIP and chats is start talking about the different YouTube channels that I watch. The YouTubers and their channels and the stuff that they talk about, the stuff that happens on their channels, and yeah, if you think that they sound interesting, you might want to check them out. I'll see about sharing a link in the description about each YouTube channel, because yeah, I think they're really interesting channels. And hey, you never know, you might discover a new favorite YouTube channel. Because, yes, they're, I find them to be very entertaining, very insightful, and very fun. Certain ones are hilarious. Oh my goodness, my neighbors must hear me laughing down the, like, I probably, not quite loud enough to be heard at my dad's, but yeah, I get pretty loud when I'm laughing over certain things. So I'm done this section. I will go on to I'm going to start on another section off camera, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.